does the foot section feel? Where are we?
Foot is
Better?
great. It's
Okay.
like a new. You're like a new person. I mean, it's just like you smiled. You know, when you first took that first step, and it's like, oh, this is normal, or as close to normal as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's great. You know, to be able to not think about falling, to just walk.
Name's Richard Rubel here with Hanger Clinic. I'm a certified prosthetist orthotist. Been working with our patient here, Mr. Stephen Gilliam, for about 2.5, 3 months now. He came to us with an order from Dr. Owens for a long leg brace, which we have fit, and he's done real well with. Mr. Gilliam, would you mind telling us again kind of the date of your original injury, and then kind of walk us through a little bit of what happened?
Okay, on May 20th of 2024, it was 13 months ago, I was at work one morning doing inventory, and I was walking in an area that was very loud, and there was a curtain for the tow motors to drive through, and the operator came through, blew his horn, but I was unable to hear it. And before I saw him, he hit me, and unfortunately with the curtain, he had no idea he had even hit anything until the tow motor popped up going over me, and that's the first time he knew he struck anything. So that day, it was a lot of injuries, a lot of broken bones. Of course, all this laid open, pretty close to bleeding out that morning.
Goodness.
So here we are, 13 months later. I was able to, with help of doctors here in Roanoke, doctors in Atlanta, keep my legs. And so we're here trying to correct dropping foot.
The patient also has a lot of instability at his knee. So you will see here in a second when he's walking, there's a lot of hyperextension at the knee. So I think you told me you had tried a shorter brace before. It didn't really control maybe the ankle as much, more of the knee, I imagine, or did you have?
The shorter brace, they were trying to get me in to get around the lymphedema, but correct the drop foot. Unfortunately, with the lymphedema at the time, uncontrolled.
Yeah.
It was digging more into the leg here.
Gotcha.
It came below the graft at the time.
Okay.
They didn't want any restriction on the graft either, so they
Yeah.
tried something. It just did not work.
Just take your time. But
Yeah, kind of walk backwards.
There's a lot of hip hiking going on just for clearance. Like you over exaggerate at the hip
Yeah.
so you don't catch your toe, you know, and
Yeah.
how
I've had to learn not to throw my hip because that was causing back issues.
gotcha.
So I just have to kind of a marching step to avoid, especially carpeted areas. That's where it's worse. You catch that tip of the toe and you want to stumble forward, fall.
Sure. And then how about going up steps? Obviously a little challenging.
Steps are real challenging. That's when I really hike my hip, is trying to get up steps, because I'm trying to hold on and
Sure.
go upwards.
Yeah. So as you see, as he's taking the step, he's plantar flex. He's also what we call a little quina varus. The foot kind of rolls to the outside, and then at foot flat, there's this reefer bottom moment of the knee, which is a little hard to see with just looking short. Are you able to maybe pull the shorts up just a little bit? There you go. Perfect. That's perfect. Yep. Maybe take a couple more steps back and forth. So we wanted to go with a longer brace just to obviously control that knee, and this brace really has helped. Insert flat too, right?
Yeah.
That's the trick.
But then what I'll do is I will hook all this. I try to unhook and throw everything out of the way I can
Okay.
to get as much room as I can to make that bend.
Right there.
Right there is where it's when
Are
you
you-
kick on me.
Okay. Because yeah, your toes pointing down. Yeah. So you know how you just did that? Once you slid past this calf section, it looked like you kind of pushed your heel back a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the key. That way when your foot's pointing down, you can actually get it in
Yeah,
the
I can
shoe.
press the foot down. I just can't control the coming up of it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Makes sense.
And because of the lymphedema, I don't tighten these up because I'm getting a balloon effect right here. So I just kind of, I don't snug them, I just hook them to give a little support.
Why'd they want this CAFO?
Huh?
Why'd they want this CAFO?
They wanted this because of the instability in the knee. When the damage was done, it took out the ACL, MCL, and other ligaments. The kneecap is pretty much free floating.
No extension.
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I got a lot of hyperextension and instability in the knee. So they wanted when I'm walking to help
Do you
stabilize.
have active extension, or are you able to like kick your leg forward with your quads, or they
Yeah.
kind of limited? Because these hinges, obviously with the spring tension on it, it'll give you that
Yeah,
extension.
it helps with the walking. It gets that foot worn out there.
Good. Okay.
With a little tension, and then
Good.
of course when you sit down, I take the tension off before I sit down.
But they're planning on doing what?
Hmm?
You're planning on doing what?
Oh, I am planning on 2 total knee replacements. So that's what we got to do. Top of all the other stuff. So I'll have 2 knee replacements sometime in the future. They're trying to push that out as far as they can because of the life expectancy of a knee replacement. I'm 50 years old. They don't want to do it again unless they have to. So they want it to be a one and done. So they're pushing off as long as they can. Also in therapy, they're trying to strengthen the back of the leg. Their plan is to eventually take a muscle out of the back, redirect it to the top of the foot, retrain your brain to use that muscle to pick the foot up. But if the brace is successful and I'm happy with the brace, then I probably won't do that. That's an option. Of course, later it's a lot of strengthening that has to be done before that can be.
You do have the surgery, then you can obviously take the brace and just use the top part if need be, and not even use the
Yeah, that's the
distal
beauty of
section.
this. You know, if I get the knee replaced, this comes off.
Or just use just the lower part.
Yeah.
If you don't need the knee stability anymore.
Yeah, or
Either or, it gives us that option.
If they go with the option, then I still have the knee brace I can use until that's fixed. That's the beauty of this type of device, is it gives you different options. It's not a one brace, it's 2 that can be used separately or together.
I didn't tighten the tension at your foot yet, I don't believe.
Nah.
Yeah.
What I try to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, I try to put the foot back here so that I'm not pulling the foot up, I'm pulling it snug to the foot.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Once I feel the tension, I'll kick it out and make sure it's holding up.
So definitely good heel strike now. There's not the plantar flex position at the ankle, and then his knee is looking better as well. There's not the hyperextension moment going on. And I like how high the back of that knee section comes up in the back of your calf.
Yeah.
Because that stabilizes some of that. How does the foot section feel? Where are we?
Foot is
Better?
great. It's
Okay.
like you're like a new person. I mean, it's just like you smiled, you know, when you first took that first step, and it's like, oh, this is normal, or as close to normal as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's great, you know, to be able to not think about falling, to just walk.
Yeah, looks good. Looks much, much better.